Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining Checkpoint. Tonight, Pastor Chris welcomes Maya Johnson, who will come to talk with us about maintaining an active lifestyle in these times. If you have any questions related to this topic, we ask that you go ahead and submit those now. Before we get started, there's a couple of reminders we want to share. On tomorrow, Friday, join us for Friday Night Live. This will be an interactive and fun session you do not want to miss. Also, on Saturday, grab the family together and come tune in for Family Ties. The topic this week is trusting God in uncertain times. Again, for tonight's discussion, if there's any questions, please submit those now. They will be reviewed and answered during the discussion. So, without further ado, let's join Pastor Chris and welcome Maya Johnson.
Hey, what's up, family? And welcome to another edition of the Checkpoint. Thanks so much for tuning in. Listen, right now, feel free to share this video. We're live. We're live here tonight, so feel free to submit your questions regarding the topic. But make sure you share this video. It's important. My prayer all is well with you and your families, and I'm excited to check in with you and see how you're doing. Y'all see, I got a special guest tonight. My special guest tonight is my sister, my little sister. This is Maya Johnson. Maya is an Antioch baby. She grew up here and has done so many incredible things in the area of fitness and wellness and health. So thanks so much for kicking it with me tonight, sis.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Maya has done so much. So tell the people a little bit about what you do in the area of health and wellness and fitness and all that stuff.
Okay, so I'm a personal trainer. I've been a personal trainer for about 10 years now. And then I'm also an athletic trainer. So I work at the high school, at Duncanville High School. I work as an athletic trainer with the high school athletes, taking care of them, getting them healthy. And I also do meal preps with my mom and my sisters. We do healthy meal preps for people around the community, a lot of people at the school. So just well-rounded. I do yoga, I do weight training, resistance training. Yeah, well-rounded.
A lot of stuff, and she's competitive in that area too. She does some competitions and things like this, things like that. So we're so excited to have you. So check it out. You know what's going on, and shut the gyms down. There, you walk in the store too late, and everything's bought up. So that's the big thing right now. People gaining weight left and right. I'm a living witness, right? There's
You
a
look good.
well, praise the Lord. Listen, that's what grace does. The gift looks good, and I try to wear it well. Um, but no. So there's so many things, right?
Right.
We're stuck in the house. People can't even do the things they would normally do to
Right,
live an
right.
active lifestyle. You're at the house. I jokingly said it. Everything is closed but the fridge.
That's right.
And so tonight we're just gonna talk about some healthy tips. But before we get into the exercise piece, let's talk about the food piece, right?
Yes.
How is it that you've been able to in this season maintain healthy eating habits when it seems like people, if they like me, they sitting at the house and you don't got nothing else to do, so you grab a snack, right? How
Right,
do you
right.
maintain healthy eating habits during this time?
Right. So, if you follow me and if you don't, a lot of the times I always coincide my spiritual journey with my health journey. So, anytime you have self-control or discipline, it's because of the Lord. So, a lot of times I mean, sometimes you just have to pray about it.
That's real.
And that's the biggest thing. Like when you walk into the pantry, sometimes I really have to be like, Ma, you know you don't need this. Lord, help me walk away from the pantry.
For sure.
But a lot of times too, if you don't have those food items in your fridge or your pantry, then you won't have anything to go get. Like if you keep your pantry mostly filled with the food that you know you should be eating, then you won't have that temptation to go in there.
That's true.
You know, when it's time. But I think a lot of the thing is trying to actually stay on a schedule, even though you are at home. I get up in the morning, I pray, I do my Bible study. I try to fill my day with things that I'm actually going to do that will keep me busy.
That's good.
So if I'm busy and my mind is occupied and I'm not thinking about eating, then most of the time it's 1, 2 o'clock, and you know, like, dang, I need to probably eat something.
Right. That's real.
Another thing is now that we're not having to actually go to school or work or anything like that, then we're up late. Most of the time when you're up late, you're going to want to go in the pantry and get
Lord,
something to eat.
yes. Lord,
So
yes.
trying to make sure, just like with the schedule, you're making sure that you're going to sleep at a decent hour. A lot of times at night, I'll brush my teeth after I finish eating, because then I'm like,
Not
I
gonna
don't want,
eat again,
I don't want
yeah.
to eat no more because I done brushed my teeth. So just little different things like that. Keeping busy is really good to help with that.
That's so good. I hope y'all heard that, because there were a lot of gems in what she just said. As with everything, it starts with our spiritual walk,
Right,
right?
right.
The Lord will sustain us. He
Right.
helps us to fight all type of temptation,
That's right.
including the temptation to eat the wrong things and not be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Set a schedule. That's kind of been the theme. If you heard the last checkpoint, we're now seeing that it is just as important for your mental health as it is your physical health to maintain and set a healthy schedule.
Right.
And stop buying that stuff, man. Stop buying all them cookies and cakes and chips and ice cream and
That's
all that
right.
type of stuff, right? So for those of us who are like me and just are snackers in general, if we shouldn't get that stuff, give us some good stuff that we can snack on that won't necessarily mess us up.
Right.
That actually tastes good. Cause don't send me after no vegan chips. I don't want to hear nothing about it. But what are some things that we can snack on in a healthy way?
Yes. So nuts are always a good thing to grab. A lot of times though with snacks, it's easy just to keep on grabbing those little snack foods. So a lot of time, like I'll go to Costco and I'll get the snack bags that are already portioned out
Prepackaged,
for
yeah.
you. 100-calorie skinny pop. I love my skinny pop. My husband actually put up a poll on if you want the skinny pop or do you want they have the I think it's Annie's kettle corn, and I think most people like kettle corn. So if you want a little sugar, the Annie's it's a purple bag, it's kettle corn. They're both 100 calories each, I think. Those are good. Fruit is good to snack on. Most of the time you want to go for the berries because they're low in sugar. Sometimes my mom, with the berries, she'll put like some little coconut sugar on there if you want them to be a little bit more sweet. So that's a good thing you can do. I like to do toast, so I'll get like a toast and put some peanut butter or a rice. I don't know if y'all like rice cakes, but I do.
Sounds
Right.
like cardboard to me, but praise the Lord.
They're really good with the peanut butter and put some blueberries or something on top. That's good. Smoothies are really good and they're filling. So if you want to make you a fruit smoothie, that's a good thing to snack on. There's a lot of little bars that don't have too many ingredients in it. I always say when you go shopping, look on the back on the nutritional label, and if it has more than like 6 or 7 ingredients, you probably want to steer away from it. And especially if you can't read what the ingredients say,
What
like if
is
you
that?
can't pronounce them, yeah, you probably shouldn't get that either. So chia pudding, I like to make chia pudding. It's kind of like yogurt and granola is good. So stuff like that.
See, you don't got to starve yourself to be healthy, people.
Yeah,
That's
you don't.
important to know. We got a good question to come in as it relates to, this is good for parents, and the question is, with children with asthma, how can you keep them active and healthy when they can't go outside because of upper respiratory systems? What
Yeah,
are some
yeah.
in-the-house kind of healthy things parents can do with their children.
I think just getting, I think that's good that families want to do this together. I always say you have to have multiple people in your corner to actually stay healthy, stay active. So it's a good thing to do family things together. So I would say just getting up. There are so many resources on the internet right now. Things for kids. They have yoga for kids. I think yoga is a good low intensity exercise that you can do with kids, and it's good for your brain. It's good for movement, flexibility. Might help with the breathing actually to do with yoga, because a lot of the movements you're actually working on inhalations and exhalations. So I think that's good, doing yoga for the kid, yoga with the kids. Just staying active. You would be surprised when the kids see the parents doing something in the house, they'll want to do it too. So many videos I've seen of fit moms. They'll have their benches at home and their kids will be up there, little babies actually doing the workouts with them. So I think if they see you do it, they'll automatically want to get up and do it with you.
That's important. Family fitness, all of us kind of coming together to do it. And that's one of the things we're discovering during this time. You home together.
Right.
So if you study together
Right.
and pray together, you can exercise together as well. That's really good. You mentioned something at the very beginning when you were talking about how you've linked your fitness journey to your spiritual growth and development. So I guess tell us about your fitness journey. Like, when did you decide to get in a fit lifestyle? What kind of pushed you into that, and how have you seen it grow with your spiritual walk?
Right. So when I went to school, actually, I got my degree in exercise science, but I really didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I wanted to be an athletic trainer, but I didn't know. I wanted to do physical therapy. So when I did my internship on my last semester of college, I had to work in this fitness facility, Tom Landry Fitness Center. And the personal trainer there, she just was so inspiring. She helped me in going to getting the certification that I needed to do personal training. I'm certified through the NSCA, which is the National Strength and Conditioning Association. Really good association to be accredited under. And it just went from there. I started working out. I started working at my fitness gym at Texas A&M. That's where I graduated from. I started working there, and then I took a fitness class where I had to do like 5 pull-ups and just all type of different stuff with weight training and stuff. And I was like, I really cannot do this. So it was really a journey for me, a fitness journey for me, to actually have to get myself prepared for my testing. And so I graduated from A&M, and then I started working at LA Fitness as a personal trainer. And it was there where I really can say I started working out. I really didn't eat right like I was supposed to. My husband actually was the one who got me to really working out, like lifting. I was like all the other women where I was like, you shouldn't lift. Like, I don't want my arms to get bulky and, all that type of stuff. So when I started working out in resistance training, I really liked it, but I could see like my body was not changing. It wasn't going in the direction that I wanted to go in. And so I was like, I need to do something different. And that's when I started really focusing on my diet. Corey had a job in Mississippi, and I went down there with him, and literally I really couldn't go anywhere to eat. So I started cooking a lot. I started changing the way I ate. I did a lot of insanity workouts. Like, I just started falling in love with working out. And so when I came back home, I went back to LA Fitness to work, and my diet literally changed drastically. My mom helped me a lot with that. She watches all the Food Network channels, and they give you all the like different foods to eat and healthy foods. And then we started going to a chiropractor, and really changed my life on like what really is good things to put in your body. And so this is like lean proteins, complex carbs, vegetables, not non-processed foods, healthy fats, avocados, nuts, stuff like that. I know it's hard though.
Ooh, Lord, I'm listening to that list.
Right?
Help me, Jesus. That's bread, y'all.
carbs.
It's bread. She said, Lord, I love my bread.
Yeah, all the
Jesus,
white stuff.
God in heaven.
Yeah, we was, yeah. So my body was really like drastically changing over a course of time, and people at the gym was like, "What are you training for? What are you doing?" I just fell in love with working out. I fell in love with eating right. I fell in love with how I felt when I was doing it. So people started putting little gems in my head like, "Ma, you need to start doing fitness competitions." And I was like, "What? What is a fitness competition? I don't want to do that." I always thought about the women that walk around looking like manly with no shoes on and stuff, and I did not want to be like that. So
Just swole.
right. So I got more educated in it, and I started looking it up, and I was like, "Wait a minute, my body looks kind of like that. Like I can do that." Um, so that's when I just fell in love with working out, and I did a few competitions.
And killed it. Y'all gotta go follow her. And when this is over, I'm gonna have her share her social medias platforms with you so you can go follow her and support what she's doing. But I think it's interesting when you have time like this. This is actually a great
Right.
time to start to change some things up. You don't got nothing else to do, so it's a good time to focus on, being healthy, eating right, getting in the habits of doing that.
Right.
So one of the things, the last time we did the checkpoint, the week before last, we were Dr. Katie Johnson.
I love Dr.
About
Katie.
that.
Hey, Dr. Katie.
And we were talking about emotional health during this time. And I think the two are linked. I think
That's so
the reason
good.
we're doing this is because I think spiritual health, mental health,
Definitely.
physical health, all of them, partner together.
Definitely.
And one of the things we're seeing is that people are just in different emotional states, right? They have some sadness, this cabin fever thing is messing with their mind, anxiety, and for a lot of people, their coping mechanism
It's
is
eating.
bad eating,
Yeah.
right? So how can you address from a health and fitness standpoint
That's good.
that emotional eating part?
Right,
Like,
that's
what would
good.
you say? What would you say to that?
It's good. It's great question, because after I got out of my fitness competitions, I struggled with an eating disorder, and I actually went to Dr. Katie for a while and told her about my emotional eating or being so restrictive, looking at how my body was when I was competing, and now looking at it now. So I had I had a eating disorder
Wow.
where I would literally binge. I would hide the weight. I would hide I would go in there and hide myself from eating so Corey wouldn't see it, or you know what I'm saying. I literally had a mental breakdown after I competed. So I think really, just like you said, it's knowing that self-control lies in your relationship with Jesus Christ.
So good.
Self-control literally is you knowing that your flesh is going to desire these things.
Wow, that's so good.
And so with your flesh, you have to learn how to fight it daily. And you can do that only with scripture. You can do that only with prayer. You literally have to talk to people. I talked to my mom a lot about it, to Corey, Dr. Katie, like you said. You really have to find a outlet and know that the food is not it, because it's really only going to turn into a cycle to where you're eating and you might feel good then, but after you eat it, you're going to feel horrible. The next day, you're going to feel horrible. You're going to, so you have to get out of that cycle way of thinking, and know that the only way you can find the self-control is actually being able to talk to your father and let him know, like, Daddy, I need help.
Wow, that's so
And
good.
so I think that is really a big thing. And then, just like I said, if you need to have an outlet and talking to Dr. K, like a counselor or anybody, I think that's good.
That's good. I had a friend say once, we were talking about something she was doing as it relates to fasting, and she said something so powerful to me. She said a lot of us want to take spiritual authority over certain things. We want to be able to have mighty prayer lives and take spiritual authority, or take authority over things in the spiritual realm, and we can't even take authority over our flesh.
That's good.
Like, we can't even stop ourselves from eating bad,
Right,
or stop
right.
ourselves from, so it's important that if we want to, that we need to learn how to link the two things together. That's so important.
And I was talking about this. I'm studying Romans right now, and I was talking about this kind of external works that we try to do to make ourselves look holy. And it's external works that we try to do to make ourselves stop doing something, or we make ourselves work out. But you actually have to do it through your faith in Jesus, and you have to do it, with the intrinsic motivation of, I'm not doing this because I want to look a certain way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing this because I want to feel good inside. So
That's
I
so
think we
good.
have to move ourselves from looking at other people, comparing ourselves with other people, wanting to fit in this size clothing, or you know what I'm saying? You have to
Yeah.
get out of that external works, that extrinsic motivation, and you have to really look inside and be like, I need to change this because of me. I need to change this because I want to live, to see my grandkids. I want to live to feel good. I want
Yeah.
my heart to be healthy. Stuff like that. So I think if you find the right motivation internally, then you'll be consistent with it too.
That's so good. So I got another question here. Y'all know there are always like the new what I almost call the fad things, the things that
Yeah.
everybody gets
Mhm.
into. And the
Mhm.
thing I've been seeing most often is this whole thing, a conversation about intermittent fasting,
Mhm.
right? Like that's the new thing. So what's your opinion on it? What do
I
you
love it.
Okay, tell us about what it is and why you love it. Like
Yeah.
what is the
Yeah. So intermittent fast. I actually been doing it for a long time. It's been like about 3, 4, 5 years. It's been a long time.
It's funny,
Talking to
y'all.
Corey
So
in the back.
so her husband's and her husband's here, and he's throwing up two numbers and she's saying different numbers. It's funny. Corey and Maya are like one of my favorite couples. These are some of my favorite people. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. I think it's good for people who want to make a lifestyle change. I personally, for me, it was good for me because I used to train in the morning, early in the morning, and I really didn't want to eat that early. So first, let me tell you what intermittent fasting is. It's basically like eat, stop, eat type thing. So you're fasting for 14 to 16 hours of the day. And it sounds like a lot, but you get 8 hours of sleep.
when you
And then,
roll it,
yes,
yeah.
and when you move, it's not really that bad. So it's 14 to 16 hours of no eating, so fasting. And then you get like a 8 to 10 hour window of where you can eat. And you're trying to not fill your window with trying to miss out on trying to gain everything from the meals that you missed. Typically, it's basically like you're skipping breakfast and you're eating a early dinner. So it actually helps with you can burning fat, keeps your metabolism regulated. So I find it beneficial for me because I'm hands-on at school a lot during the time where I'm at work from 5, and then I kind of get a break in my lunch. So I'll eat around 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then I'll go home, eat, and stop eating at like 9 o'clock. And most of the time I'm trying to get into bed before 9,
Right.
10 o'clock anyway.
Lord, what a blessing.
I know. I know, and I try to look. I try. So I think it's good. As far as you're trying to get into a window where your insulin isn't spiking, but you're staying in a fasted state, so your body is feeding off of the fat, and then when you eat, your insulin is spiked just for that small amount of time, and then when you go to sleep, you're utilizing all the food and the nutrients and stuff that you ate during that window.
Okay, got you. So that's
I think it's
that's
really good too when you was talking about the snacking, because you won't be able to snack before that window. So if you
Right.
going from 1 to 9, then or 12 to 8, most people do 12 to 8. If you go from 12 to 8, you can't eat nothing before 12, and you can't eat nothing
So
after
that takes
8.
that
So it
snack,
takes
yeah.
So it helps actually. I know a lot of people that actually started doing it during this time because they thought it would help with that. So it's good.
I might need to try that. I do it on accident anyway.
Right.
So I
So a
can't.
lot of people said that too, that they
Yeah.
do that. But you have to make sure you stay hydrated. So drink a lot of water. Your body has to get used to the change. So with anything, so you
Right.
have to make sure you do it for a good length amount of time, so your body will be able to get used to it.
That's good. All right, we got a question from Pam Leonard. Pam said, I had a light stroke last year. When I try to work out, my head hurts. So is there something I can do that will help me kind of get going again?
I always say just don't start off too fast. Any amount of activity is good, especially after a stroke or any type of surgery, or doing anything, any lack of activity. So I say just start off slowly. 5-10 minutes really is a good amount of time for you to just start maybe walking, brisk walking. I don't know when her head starts to hurt throughout the workout, but just start light with a light walk, or maybe like stretching, working on flexibility. I'm really not too familiar with, exercising for that reason, but I always say just start lightly, and then if it is starting to hurt, then stop that activity. But make sure she talks with her doctor, because a lot of times the doctor will give you certain restrictions and regulations for what you can and cannot do. And then just trying to get your body, back used to actually working again.
That's what's up. So don't quit. Don't give up. Let's
Yeah,
start
just
slow. Let's build to it. So, gyms are closed, right? Now you said a light walk. And you might almost start crying. So the gym is closed, right? I'm so personally, like for me, I was good at going to the gym. Now I go to the gym when ain't nobody there. I got a complex. I don't want y'all judging me in the gym, so I go at night when ain't nobody there.
Ain't
So
nothing
if I
wrong
get
with that.
tired, y'all can't laugh, right? But gyms are closed, so a lot of us, have gotten to the point where it's like, well, gyms closed. I'm out on this working out thing, right? What are some ways that we can work out and exercise well from the confines of our own home? What are some things that we can do at the house or in the house that can help us to stay active and in shape?
Right. So there are a lot of body weight exercises you can do. Squatting, lunging, sitting down, standing up. That's, working out, getting your heart rate up. Like I said, there are so many outlets. Corey and I do boxing online. You can find boxing on YouTube. A lot of people do things where they're utilizing the things that are in the home. So single leg squats, resistance bands. I know my friend Ian was saying it was hard for him to find resistance bands right now. A lot of people are doing at home workouts. But you can pick up laundry detergent, some kind of weight. It doesn't have to be, like a dumbbell, but any type of weight. You can grab 2 laundry detergent things and just walk around the house and get your heart rate up like that. Several workouts. Push-ups, yoga is a good thing. I downloaded this app called Down Dog that was given a free 1-month subscription. So yoga is really good right now. I think it's good for brain health, like I said, flexibility. So you can find all these type of things on YouTube, Instagram Live. So many people are going on Instagram Live. So I think that really just find something that you really like and what you're going to stick with. I didn't think I was going to like boxing, but I love it now. Corey better watch out. Yeah, but you just gotta find something you like and that you gonna, be consistent in doing. I think not even just staying in the house. Outside is not locked down. Like, go outside. It's been beautiful these past couple of days. Go outside, walk, run, do something, fun and active outside. I think that'll be good too. Even mentally, it's good not to
Y'all
be
go
staying.
take a jog around the neighborhood or something. It's all right. You can social distance. You can move around
That's
and be
right.
healthy.
That's right.
Go back on in after that. But that's so important. You said Instagram, so let the people know where they can follow you and connect with what it is you're doing. Because a lot of us, and let me say this too, that we really don't have a lot of excuse, y'all.
Right.
Like, if you want to find out how to do something, you know how to find it and you know how to look for it. And Maya said there are just as many, outlets and people showing us how to do this on social
For
media
free.
for free. So plug in. Like, there's no excuse. We can't say, oh, well, I just didn't have nothing to do. No, we be sitting around watching videos or whatever your hobby is. If you like music, you've been watching all these free concerts. If you like, production, you've been listening to these DJ battles and stuff like that.
Yep.
So it's nothing to go find some people that are showing us how to work out, how to stay healthy. And that's why we check it in. This is the checkpoint.
I'll probably do a live workout or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So show us how to do it.
Yeah.
So tell us how we can follow you and keep up with what you're doing.
Okay, so my Instagram, I just need to make sure I'm gonna say it right. My Instagram is imaya.j, so it's IMAYA.j, and then my Facebook is Maya Andrea Johnson.
Yeah, so y'all follow her, stay connected to see what's going on. There there are so many things that are going on in the world. We need to make sure that we're taking care of our temples, right?
That's right.
We talked about that in Bible study this week. We are a temple of the Holy Spirit, and it's not vain to care for your temple, right? It's necessary.
Right.
You want to be able to live live, be healthy so that we can do what it is that God has called us to do.
Right.
We don't want to have to check out of here too early because we weren't taking care of ourselves.
That's right.
So we want to make sure that we're living the best we can by taking care of our temple, by being as healthy as we possibly can. And that starts with, eating right. Lord help me, because that's my thing. Maya, you said
You
something
can do
earlier.
it.
Listen, y'all, they've been trying to get me together for a long time. I do. Somebody said I get a workout when I preach. I do. No lie. It's funny. So, and this is funny. So I preached, and that I got my Apple Watch, and that day I preached in my Apple Watch, and it said I checked all 3 of my boxes.
Oh,
Maya
yeah.
texted me and was like, "Good stuff, bro." She didn't know I was preaching. That was.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
That was my workout for the day because
Oh,
I'm
that's
linked
funny.
on my watch to some other.
That's good.
Accountability though, so that's
Right.
another thing.
Right.
Man, you got an iPhone. If you got I don't know what you Android people do, but if you got an iPhone, there's an app that keeps you connected with your health, how much you're walking, how much you're active.
Yep.
So literally, on my watch, I'll be sitting around up here at the office and get a notification. You need to walk. You need to stand up and get some steps.
Are my
in.
workout notifications on your phone?
Oh, yeah.
I about to say, I know your stuff be beaming when I'm.
My every day, my hit all 3 up there. I know. No.
But accountability for real. Accountability is really big, even with eating right. If your partner or your family members are eating, or on this journey with you, it's a lot easier to do it than if not.
Yeah, so that's good. So now this is a good thing to get your family involved in. As a family, set some healthy goals
Right.
as a family, and make sure that you're reaching those goals. I actually saw something really cool that a family had, like the educational chart for their kids, and then a fitness thing for the whole family. Like, this is what we're aspiring to. And don't make it as simple as I want to lose X amount of pounds or whatever, but make it like we need to exercise at least this much time a day, and we want to make sure we're eating right. So that's important. But y'all, thank y'all for hopping on. Is there any more questions that I missed out on? Cool. Well, listen, thank y'all so much for hopping on. Don't forget to share this video. This video is going to stay up, so share the knowledge, share the wealth of knowledge that you've gotten this evening. Yo, sis, thank you so much
for
taking the time out to come
Thank
talk.
y'all.
And again, follow Maya on social media. Stay connected with what she's doing. Even as it relates to the meal prep, we didn't dig into that too much, but she's a wealth of knowledge in that area.
Oh yeah,
well.
that Instagram is mommy MOMMY 3 M's for my sisters.
Say it one more time.
It's mommy mommy me MOMMY.
That's because all her sisters' names start with M.
Mika Maya Maya.
Yeah, their whole it's a whole thing. So y'all follow that. Look at the meal prep stuff. Have them do that for you. It's a business. Support the business. All right, get involved in that.
We'll be back on it soon.
Yes, y'all. It's quarantine time.
I know.
Cook for yourselves. But and cook. Stay away from the fast food and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm talking to myself now because y'all know.
Really cook.
I be in Whataburger like.
I used to get on my mama about. She'll always be like, I can make that at home. And I'm like, what? But now I'm like, no, make it at home. Because then you know what you're putting in your food and you know what you're eating.
Listen, I'm finna be a spokesperson for Whataburger by the end of this quarantine. Y'all pray for me here.
We may have to open up our business just for you.
Just listen, do it for me because I need it. All right, but listen, thank y'all for tuning in to the Checkpoint. We'll be back at it again next week. So, thanks for tuning in. Thank you again, Maya. I love you. Don't forget, tomorrow we're back at it with Friday Night Live at 6 p.m. It's a fun and family game night. Is it 6? at 6 p.m., Fun and Family Game Night, Friday Night Live. And then Saturday, hop on www.afnbc.org for Family Ties. This is a family Bible study concept. It is something for the entire family, from the babies all the way up. So make sure you're tuned into that, because all of these things work together. Spiritual health, mental health, social health.
That's right.
We want to make sure that we are taking care of our temple in every area. So I love you. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see y'all soon.